Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we are diving into a story that has absolutely taken over the internet. And honestly, if this were a movie, people would say the script is too dramatic to be true. You've probably seen the headlines screaming that Nnamdi Kanu has won because a certain Igbo judge has rejected former Attorney General Abubakar Malami in a massive 213 billion naira fraud case. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, we need to break down what is actually happening in the courts versus what the rumors are saying. This is a story of power, massive amounts of money, and a total reversal of roles that nobody saw coming just a year ago. Let's start with the man at the center of the storm, Abubakar Malami. For 8 long years, he was the most powerful lawyer in Nigeria. As the Attorney General, he was the one who led the legal battle against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, the tables have turned in a way that feels like a scene from a blockbuster film. Malami is currently facing serious heat from the EFCC over properties that most of us can't even imagine owning. We are talking about 57 different luxury properties, hotels, schools, supermarkets, and massive estates spread across Abuja, Kano, and even his home state of Kebbi. The value of these assets? A staggering 213.2 billion naira. Just think about that number for a second. If you spent 1 million naira every single day, it would take you over 500 years to spend that much money. Now, here is where the gist gets really interesting and why everyone is talking about Nnamdi Kanu. The judge handling this massive forfeiture case is Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja. Because Justice Nwite is from the southeast, many people online are calling him an Igbo judge and saying this is a victory for Kanu. Why? Because for years, Kanu supporters viewed Malami as the man responsible for his stay in prison. Seeing Malami now standing before a judge from the same region as the man he prosecuted while being accused of taking billions from the public feels like poetic justice to many. The internet is buzzing because the hunter has officially become the hunted. But wait, there's even more drama in the courtroom. Justice Nwite is not playing games at all. He has been very firm, even warning Malami's legal team and the EFCC investigators to stay away from his private office. He made it clear that justice is not about who you know or how much power you used to have. He even ordered that these 57 properties be temporarily taken over by the government while Malami explains how he acquired them on a government salary. While this was happening, Malami and his family members actually spent some time in custody before getting bail. Can you imagine the former chief law officer of the country being the one behind bars? If you're enjoying this update and you want to stay informed on how this high-stakes drama ends, please take a moment right now to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you the facts behind the noise. So, did Nnamdi Kanu actually win? Well, in the legal sense, Kanu is still fighting his own battle. As many of you know, he was recently sentenced to life imprisonment by a different judge, Justice James Omotosho, on charges related to terrorism. His legal team is currently working hard on an appeal to overturn that life sentence. So while Kanu hasn't walked out of prison yet, his supporters are celebrating this Malami situation as a moral win. They see it as a sign that the people who were once in charge of the law are now being held accountable by that same law. It's a huge moment for Nigeria because it shows that no matter how big you are, the law can still catch up with you. Imagine the atmosphere in that courtroom, the tension, the lawyers arguing over billions of naira, and a judge who is refusing to be intimidated. This case is about more than just money. It's about the integrity of our country. If 213 billion naira was truly taken, that's money that could have built hundreds of schools or fixed the national grid so we could have constant electricity. It's a story that touches every single Nigerian. We are watching a historical shift where the powerful are finally answering the questions that the common man has been asking for years. The big question now is, what happens next? Will Malami be able to prove that those 57 luxury properties were bought legally? And how will this affect the mood of the country as Nnamdi Kanu continues his own legal fight in the appeal court? The eyes of the world are right now on Abuja, and you can bet we will be here to give you every single update as it drops. Before I go any further, I have to remind you again, if you haven't subscribed yet, you are missing out on the biggest stories in Nigeria. Click that button and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when the next update hits. To give you the full picture of this massive story, let's talk about those 57 properties the government is looking at. We aren't just talking about a few houses here and there, we are talking about a whole empire. The list includes the Rayhaan University permanent site, which is valued at a mind-blowing 56 billion naira. There are also luxury hotels like the Asbir Hotel and the Meethaq Hotels, plus schools, supermarkets, and even a massive 100-hectare piece of land. People are asking, how can one person and their family accumulate all of this while in public service? This is exactly why Justice Nwite ordered that the government take temporary control of them. It's a move that has sent shockwaves through the political world. Now, let's talk about Malami's experience behind bars, because this part is really sweet for the gist lovers. Before he was granted bail in January 2026, Abubakar Malami, his wife Bashir Asabe, and his son Abdulaziz actually spent time in the Kuje Correctional Center. Can you believe it? The former Minister of Justice, who oversaw the entire prison system, was actually remanded in Kuje for several days. Even though he eventually secured bail set at 500 million naira each, the image of him in court pleading not guilty to a 16-count charge of money laundering is something Nigerians never thought they would see. His bail conditions are also very strict. He had to hand over his passport and find sureties who own expensive property in highbrow areas of Abuja, like Maitama or Asokoro. While Malami is busy trying to save his properties and stay out of prison, what is happening with Nnamdi Kanu? This is where the story takes a very serious turn. Just recently, in February 2026, Kanu's legal team filed a massive appeal against his conviction. Kanu is not just letting things slide, he is actually criticizing the trial, saying it was legally flawed. He even wants to appear in court himself to argue his case. In a surprising twist, Kanu also recently directed a total cancellation of the sit-at-home orders in the southeast, showing that even from custody, he is still a very central figure in Nigerian news. His supporters see the timing of Malami's downfall as a sign that the tide is finally turning in Kanu's favor. The most interesting part of this Igbo judge gist is the strictness of Justice Nwite. He has made it clear that he cannot be bought or influenced. When Malami's team tried to get the forfeiture order set aside, the judge stood his ground. He is giving everyone a fair chance to speak, but he is following the law to the letter. This high-stakes legal battle is far from over, and every time these two sides meet in court, new secrets about billions of naira are revealed. It's like a real-life game of chess where every move counts, and the whole country is watching to see who will be checked next. If you want to stay updated on the next court date and hear exactly what Malami says to defend his 213 billion naira assets, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. We are following this story minute by minute to ensure you don't miss a single detail. This is the kind of news that changes a country, and we want you to be part of the conversation. This story is just getting started, and there are even deeper details about the specific companies and bank accounts the EFCC says were used to move this money. Do you want me to continue and tell you about the secret companies and the specific amounts that were moved through them?